still fully committed to this Australian project?
Yeah, 100%. The Wallabies, we've got to improve. We've got to improve the whole system of Australian rugby, and that's not an excuse. But yeah, we've got to have a really good look at ourselves and see what we've got to do to improve the way we're going about our rugby. But the only way you get experience is by playing these games, and sometimes, games like this are the makings of a good team going forward.
Bienvenue au troisième tour du Crucial Mondial de Rugby. This is the third round of the Rugby World Crunch. Welcome to the third round of the Rugby World Crunch with Coach Timi. And as we get closer to the quarterfinals, the pressure is piling on. Every point is critical and every kick is important. But what's most important is your support, which is unmatched. The third round proved to be defining for the leading nation in World Rugby, Ireland. A scratch of heads for the Bok management, or is that part of the greater plan? The Wallabies are bracing themselves for an early exit, their first time in their history, as well as Scotland having their second fixture up against Tonga in hopes of a quarter-final berth. But before all of that, let's have a look at what the fans had to say.
So, quick question is round 3. Springboks versus Ireland, Australia versus Wales. But tonight it's France versus Namibia. Let's start with those predictions. What's happening tonight?
Oh, okay. So tonight is the easy one. It's going to go France's way. Going to give Namibia a hiding. I'm sorry, but they're going to finish bottom of their pool. Sorry, Tutti. Sorry, Alistair. Sorry, Alistair. And sorry, Mr. Proudfoot as well. Not making any changes there.
Stormer supporter.
Then big one for the weekend. So look, passionate box through and through. I think it's going to be a low margin game. Going to go about 6 points.
Yeah.
Always
Tight,
to the box.
tight.
Yeah. And then Wales, Australia. It's a flip of a coin, to be honest with you. I don't know what Eddie's doing on that side. I don't know what Gatty's doing on his side. But I reckon if I had to put money on anyone, Aussie's looking really shit at the moment. So going to put my cash onto Wales.
Sis B in the house.
Bogo in the house.
That's what I'm talking about. Quick predictions. Springboks and Ireland. Who's going to win?
Our main eats pap and boerewors with the chakalaga.
Yeah, bo.
So the iwi samays no. I'm predicting 67.
Whoa.
5.
Whoa.
Tja, some big predictions there from the fans, but there's a thin line between knowing exactly what you're predicting or just being hopeful. Well, let's have a look at what happened between Scotland and Tonga.
The Scots, who lost 18-3 to the Springboks in the opening game, went into the match against the South Sea Islanders knowing that nothing short of 5 points was necessary to stay in contention in Pool B, the pool of death. That was achieved by half-time in a perfect start, marred by skipper Jamie Ritchie being forced off the field for an HIA after a tackle by Afusipa Taumupeu that saw the Tongan lucky to escape with just a yellow card. Scotland, however, scored a bonus point victory over Tonga in Nice and now have 5 points and will look to bag another 5 against Romania in Lille before a potential winner takes all against the Irish in the final pool game on September 7th in Paris.
Wales became the first team to reach the Rugby World Cup quarterfinals after a record victory of 40 points to 6 against a young, teething and inexperienced Australia side whose hopes of reaching the knockout stages are all but lost.
Fly-off Gareth Anscombe, an early replacement for injured Dan Biggar, scored 23 points with the boot as scrum-off Gareth Davies, centre Nick Tompkins and captain Jack Morgan added the tries to keep Wales top of Pool C. Defeat heaped pressure on Wallaby head coach Eddie Jones after his side lost for the 7th time in 8 tests since he took over. But the rot had long set in before that, having lost 19 of their last 25 international tests. Eddie Jones had seen enough and hauled off Donaldson after 53 minutes, throwing Gordon into the fire. It didn't help as Gordon tried to kick a penalty to the corner and overcooked it, sending the ball dead.
Australia's only victory since then came from Tier 2 nation Georgia. They came into this match knowing that it was a do or die following a shock 22-15 loss to Fiji the weekend before. As expected, Ireland's 13-8 victory over the Springboks was always going to blow Pool B wide open. However, the Springboks are still on course for a safe quarter-final berth should they beat Tonga by a bonus point on Sunday.
The Springboks were edged in a titanic contest at a packed Stade de France, which saw wingers Kobe and Hansen a touchdown for their respective teams. The Boks, however, were let down by some indifferent goal kicking and stalled by some heroic and furious Irish defence. The Boks lie second in Pool B and need to beat Tonga to ensure they reach the quarterfinals, which if Ireland beats Scotland to win the group. The likely spectre of playing France with or without Antoine Dupont in the last 8 looming large on the horizon. But for the moment, the Boks are keeping their eyes firmly on the next weekend.
They've defended superbly. Where is it? So they're trying to dig this out. It's there.
Has it come out? Turn over.
Ireland!
Oh shit! Hey! Oh no!
As things stand, Scotland's points difference is plus 15, substantially inferior to the Springboks' plus 86, which took a knock after Saturday's 5-point loss that in different circumstances should have been a win if points off the tee went missed. With just one more pool game left to play until its knockout phase, I'm interested to get your thoughts and opinions about the Rugby World Cup as well as the Rugby World Crunch thus far. But before that, let's take a look at the World Cup action this week.
This week on the 4th round of the Rugby World Cup pool stage, we have the Battle of the Wooden Spoon in Pool A between Namibia and Uruguay on Wednesday at 17:45. In Pool D, it's all to play for in search of that playoff spot between Japan and Samoa on Thursday at 9 p.m. Friday night lights at 9 p.m. It's the All Blacks looking to save their World Cup campaign against Italy, who sits behind France in Pool A. The runners-up spot in Pool D still wide open as Argentina look to change their misfortunes of their performances against a spirited Chilean side on Saturday at 3 p.m. At 17:45 p.m, Fiji has the opportunity to strengthen their playoff hopes against Georgia. Scotland versus Romania, and the Scots will be looking to get another 5 points to stay in contention in Pool B at 9 p.m. On Sunday, the Wallabies need to preach for their pride against a Portugal side and licking their lips for potential upset at 17:45. To cap off the 4th round, the defending champions, the Springboks, can solidify their quarter-final hopes with a bonus point victory against Tonga at 9 p.m. This is the Rugby World Crunch.
What's a Rugby World Cup without upset, drama, controversy and anxiety? Well, this week we do it all over again. This is the Rugby World Crunch. See you next week.